You want your kids to know that they matter. You want them to have self-belief and confidence. You want them to be able to trust themselves, to know how amazing they are, right? This is what we all want for our children, every single one of us. And the question is always, are you embodying that? Or are you abandoning your own needs? Are you coming from a place where actually you don't believe in yourself? You don't trust yourself? Because no matter how much we give from that place, even if we're taking all of the actions and saying all of the words, we can't teach, we can't give away what we don't have. And this conversation is about awareness, and nobody is perfect at this. I have not met one single person, not a mentor, not a client, who is perfect. And in fact, our striving to be so is what will actually cause that self-abandonment, cause those doubts not just to creep in, but to stay in. When we are trying to be that strong, stable installation of values, of self-belief, we believe in our kids, right? But we also worry about them. There's a part that, and again, I say this with love, but doesn't trust them to be able to be with their own stuff. Because we don't really trust ourselves. So every time we jump in and we fix, and we jump in and we try and control, it's not actually about them. That's about us. It's about our own discomfort. And the result of that, I've kind of gone into two layers here, but the result of that is we're teaching self-abandonment as a form of love, which creates tension in our own self. And we're also modeling, my needs don't matter, your needs matter more than mine. It's a beautiful concept, right? You matter more than me. But when that's coming from I don't matter, then we're outsourcing our wholeness, we're outsourcing our mattering, our enoughness. And there's no amount of result, there's no amount of feedback, there's no amount of acknowledgement that's going to be able to fill that void. So the place we come from is so important. And it gets to be really simple. Because when we're showing up for ourselves, when we are actively loving ourselves in front of our kids, we're doing that for them. We're showing them my needs matter. I don't have XYZ to give to you in this moment. So let me sort that out. And it doesn't need to take a long time to move our nervous system from survival into rest. And in that rest, we come into that sense of wholeness and taking that action of, I'm going to sort out my own needs. That's me showing myself I matter. That's me modeling I matter. So many layers to this. What else does it do? It shows our children and anyone around us there's nothing wrong with whatever I'm feeling right now. And to be transparent, I feel like this video has gone on a million different tangents, but this is the way that my brain works, and I hope you're following along with me. Because we're looking at the place that we come from, and we're also looking at, how do I meet myself with love? How do I actively love myself? Well, I can be with whatever emotion I have, and I can name it and claim it. When I can do that lovingly, what am I doing? I'm showing myself I matter, going to give myself some attention right now. I'm going to be with my emotion, which will pass through me in 60 to 90 seconds if I can drop the story of it. I'm going to model what self-regulation looks like, what having a less preferred emotion looks like with love. Nothing to resist, nothing to push against. So I'm modeling ownership. I'm modeling mattering. I'm modeling self-love instead of self-rejection. Self-love instead of projection. And when we can show up like this, open, vulnerable, owning who we are being in any given moment, mattering enough to myself to be taking actions that choose myself, that show me I'm worth investing in. The impact of that is so profound. There's nothing to teach. We can speak all we like to our children. All we like. We can say all the right words. We can implement all the right strategies. They work, right? They've worked for other people. They must work. It's the place that you're coming from and what you're modeling. That is the teaching. The strategies on top of that, that's what has the impact. But if you're saying a bunch of words and you're doing a bunch of doings from, I don't matter, I don't trust myself, I have no value, I'm completely disconnected from my inner authority, it's just not going to land. And it's so simple. to pause and check in with yourself, to meet yourself, to love yourself. Simple and not easy, because so many of us have a lot of belief systems and programs and conditioning that we've picked up on our journey through life, meanings that we have made, where the conclusion is, I don't matter, or I need to behave in this way to belong. And we get to just meet those moments in real time. There's so many ways to transform outdated belief systems. So many ways. And the simplest and most fundamental way is noticing moment by moment where you are in your own wholeness, your own worthiness. Where are you outsourcing that? And can I come into myself? Can I be present with myself? Can I sit in an uncomfortable emotion lovingly? Because the more you do that, the more you increase your own capacity, the more your patience increases. And it will be reflected back to you in the most beautiful ways. I have 2 boys who are sensitive, who have big emotions that come out in sometimes explosive ways. And if you know, you know. And the more I have deepened, because I've been on this self-love journey for about 6 years now, but the more I have deepened and refined and created boundaries from love and communicated from truth and held space for me, which means I can hold space for them, the more I do that, I haven't taught them anything. And they're able to name their feelings. They're able to take a break, to remove themselves from a situation, not because that's what I've told them to do, but because they've seen me model that. Mum needs 5 minutes. I'm not showing up as my best self right now. I just had a thought there. I don't love that word best. I think it puts some expectation and pressure. But whatever the word is for you, my most whole self, my most loving self. So I'm going to take a little minute, and then you take a little minute and you come back more loving. And they see the impact of that. It's really cool. This is what I teach, because this is what I've lived. I've tried and tested many different methods, many different philosophies. They're all wonderful, and they all say the same thing. Where you are coming from is what creates the result. So when I am acting from wholeness, when I am acting from mattering and I am taking actions from that place, that in itself is the result. Don't know what the other person is going to do with that in that moment, but I get to trust myself more and more. The more I can hold space for myself, the more I take action for me, the more I trust me, and then I can trust others to have their own experience. I can trust my children and their struggle without diving in to fix it. Because I know how much I grow when I'm in my struggle. And I have the support and the people to hold the space, but no one's fixing anything for me because they trust me. And we all know how it feels when we share something and someone dives in with a solution? Do you feel heard? It's about their own discomfort or their own need to feel valuable. Nothing wrong with that. We don't know what we don't know. And I really believe and know that everybody, myself included, is doing their best with the level of thinking they have access to in every given moment. So this might have highlighted some things for you. And compassion is the key to transformation. So now I see something, now that I'm aware of it, I'm not going to judge it, I'm not going to reject it, I'm not going to push it away, I'm actually going to make it matter. Going to make it matter. Because I matter. And now I can see something. When I catch it playing out, I can make another choice. And if this has stirred things up and you're not sure and you can't quite see, then this is the work that I do with people. You can join me in a free workshop, which is teaching you really how to go from awareness and self-love into expression of truth and action from truth, whatever that means to you. Or you can book in for a call and we can look at it together. Thank you for being here. Sending you lots of love.